Good evening, Belize, and welcome to News 5. I'm Sabrina Daly. It's Tuesday, and here's a look at what's making headlines tonight. Big changes could be on the horizon for Belize's growing drone industry as the Department of Civil Aviation moves to tighten regulations. What will this mean for operators in agriculture, media, and security? We'll break it down. Also ahead, the countrywide logging moratorium is being tested as forest officers report a rise in illegal activity, some even facing armed threats while on patrol. Plus, is transparency being punished? Jerry Enriquez is raising questions over the non-renewal of former Ombudsman Suazo's contract, putting the issue squarely in the public spotlight. We'll also hear from Sacred Heart Junior College graduates frustrated by credit transfer issues now blocking their path at the University of Belize. And in the fast-growing BPO sector, can call center workers unionize? These stories and more are coming up in just 60 seconds. Stay with us. News 5 starts now.
Where are the rate for tonight, back?
20 piece. 44 and turn that back way.
Right, 20.
Yeah, 5 shilling there. So that the rate. I know baby play 1, 2, and 3. I want to try call it quick now.
Bolido just got easy. Now you can play your lucky rake with DigiWallet. Register and cash in to get started. Download the Bolido app and set DigiWallet as your pay and payout method.
Bolido win.
Get in it.
Good evening and welcome back. Drones are becoming a common sight over Belize, from construction sites and farms to real estate listings and media coverage. But as more of these aircraft take to the skies, an important question emerges. How much freedom is too much in an already crowded airspace? Belize's skies are unique. Low-flying planes, busy tourism routes, and dense urban areas all compete for the same limited space. Now, aviation authorities say the growing number of drones could pose real safety risks if left unchecked. The Belize Department of Civil Aviation has launched a public consultation on a proposed operational directive that would introduce binding rules for all drone operation nationwide. Supporters argue it's a necessary step to protect lives and aircraft. Critics warn it could disrupt businesses and livelihoods that depend on drone technology. As the consultation unfolds, the debate centers on a bigger issue. Can Belize balance innovation and economic growth with the need to keep its skies safe? And who gets the final say? Here's News 5's Isani Cayetano.
When it comes to aviation safety, drones may be small, but their impact can be huge, especially in cities and towns. Belize City is already packed with people, buildings, and traditional aircraft, all sharing a very limited slice of sky. Without clear rules in place, uncontrolled drone use can quickly turn that crowded airspace into a safety risk, threatening not just efficiency, but the reliability of the entire aviation system.
The Department of Civil Aviation, keeping with its international obligations for keeping the skies safe over Belize, is in the process of implementing an operational directive.
That guidance is an aeronautical information circular issued by the Belize Department of Civil Aviation. In simple terms, It kicks off the public consultation for a new set of operating rules aimed at small, unmanned aircraft systems, better known to most of us as drones here in Belize.
We are now receiving information or concerns from the drone operating public, which is what the intent of the consultative process is, for us to understand and hear people. After which we will review those concerns, and then we will meet with the drone operating public to basically explain to them where we stand on each of those concerns.
And it's not just about flying drones for fun anymore. These devices are increasingly becoming essential tools across several industries. In real estate, drones are being used to capture aerial views of properties. They're also paired with geographic information systems, better known as GIS, to map and analyze land. Add to their growing role in land surveying and even agriculture, where drones are helping farmers monitor crops and manage fields more efficiently.
This drone handling course is going to be 4.5 days long. It is going to be 60% theory, 40% practice, and we aim to give the basis of the agricultural and drone piloting needs that every participant should have before being able to recognize the most common troubles in agriculture and also be able to bring an optimum solution to it. We are going to start with drone overview, the components, the handling, the assembling and disassembling of the most common parts. Of course, we're going to also have some words from the civil aviation so they can know the regulations.
The proposed directive would set clear, mandatory rules for all drones used in Belize, replacing a patchwork of approvals now in place. It would standardize licensing and operating limits while bringing Belize's drone laws in line with international aviation standards used in the US, Europe, and by global aviation authorities.
The primary area of concern is safety, aircraft safety. We have a very unique operating airspace. If you go to the US, the airplanes take off in the vicinity of the airport and they immediately go right up to 30,000 feet and they operate at 30,000 feet. In the Belize airspace, in many instances, the airplanes operate at about 500 feet, even when en route. And so we have to be very careful not to create a mix of manned and unmanned aircraft in the same vicinity, lest we could reduce the levels of safety.
Drone operators are raising red flags because these rules aren't optional. Operational directives carry the force of law, and failing to comply could bring penalties. The changes would directly impact businesses, media organizations, surveyors, and technical professionals who rely on drones to do their work. If consensus is not reached, what recourse do stakeholders have?
I'm not sure how to answer you, but what I can say to you is that the Department of Civil Aviation is here to listen to the concerns of all parties. We have to be able to protect manned aviation. It is our bread and it is one of the pillars of our bread and butter tourism. And if we don't protect it, it could be disastrous for. It could have severe socioeconomic impact for the Belizean society. So we have to be able to protect manned aviation.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
Belize's drone operators are calling an emergency meeting this evening to talk through the consultations now underway and what civil aviation's new operational directive could mean for the industry. This is a developing story, and we'll have the latest for you in Wednesday's newscast. Belize's forests are under siege and the threat is growing. Illegal loggers and extractors are stripping national lands of timber, bush sticks, bay leaves, and other resources at an alarming rate. To counter this threat, at the beginning of December, government implemented a moratorium banning extraction from public lands. This intervention effort only seems to have forced offenders to find new ways to operate, often during holidays when enforcement is stretched thin. Deputy Chief Forest Officer John Pinello says that over Christmas and New Year's, authorities intercepted truckloads of unpermitted material and issued over $50,000 in fines. The Forest Department says the concern isn't just trees today, but the ecosystems will depend on tomorrow. Pinello explains why the crackdown is urgent and what's being done to stop the destruction.
I think we can all safely say and see that the extraction of materials from national land has been so much of it has been going on that we are depleting what we have in national lands. We are cutting down the trees that are on national lands, and we are also cutting down bush sticks, which are the future trees. You can see advertisements on Facebook where people are selling 500 bush sticks to build one house. That's 500 potential trees that are gone from the forest. So you're looking at the removal of illegal removal of timber and young trees, bay leaf and all the pimenta sticks and all of those things. Bay leaf and pimenta sticks are renewable, but the trees will take years for them to grow back. And so the government and the ministry made a decision to put a 5-year moratorium on extraction of materials from national lands. You can now only log your private land, or if you have a legitimate lease, you can get a permit to extract material from your private property. We instituted our hotline about 3 months ago, 610-1524, and the hotline has helped us tremendously to identify and to catch people who have been conducting illegal activities. Over the Christmas holidays, we responded to at least 6. In fact, I just walked back into my office because we were dealing with a 50-foot truckload of bay leaf that had no permits. And this is daily for our staff.
And if you think patrolling the forest and preventing illegal logging is easy, think again. For the men and women on the front lines, enforcing the law can mean staring down real danger, even the barrel of a gun. Forest officers say threats have become routine, and in one recent case, a suspect allegedly tried to ram them with a tractor before pulling a gun. Despite the risks, these officers continue to patrol remote areas, sometimes with police support to protect Belize's natural resources. Deputy Chief Forest Officer John Pinello tells us what his team faces every day.
Now, because we have put a stop to extraction on national lands, extraction in private lands has been increased, and extraction illegally, because people still want to continue doing their business.
You mentioned a specific one where a gun was even pulled on one of your officers.
Yes, we get a lot of threats. Threats subliminally and direct in our face, telling us you will see what will happen to you. I myself have been threatened. So it comes with the job. My guys make sure that they go in groups. If we are dealing with an issue late in the night, or somewhere remote, we have the kind support of the police, who we take with us. So we are making sure that we protect our officers while they go out. Now, that does not stop them from being threatened. Yes, we did have an incident where we were called to participate in monitoring of possible illegal activities in our private property. And when we got there, a person who was coming out with a tractor tried to knock down the officers. And the private security company who monitors that area fired a shot at the tractor's radiator to incapacitate it. And the driver on the tractor pulled out his gun and pointed it at all of our officers. This is the type of thing that we endure. The person has been charged. I hope that the full extent of the law is placed on him, because he did pull his firearm out on officers who were actually out there trying to get their work done, and the private security company who was monitoring the private property that he was on illegally.
Stopping illegal logging comes with real risks. Forest officers say threats have become part of the job, and in some cases, those encounters turn hostile. Despite the risks, forestry teams continue to patrol remote areas, often with police support, as they work to protect Belize's natural resources. Coming up, Ombudsman's office empty after government declines contract renewal. More when we return.
As the year comes to a close, let's reflect on a year defined by progress, resilience, and a commitment to people. Throughout 2025, the Belize City Council remained focused on delivering tangible results while laying the groundwork for a smarter, safer, and more resilient city. This year, physical infrastructure remained a cornerstone of our work. A total of 17,437 linear feet of street were successfully rehabilitated using chip and seal or concrete construction, improving access and mobility across neighborhoods. In addition, a total of 350 manhole covers were replaced. Our sanitation and drainage efforts have also been intensified. This year, our team recorded 94,229 linear feet of drains dug and cleaned, strengthening flood mitigation and public health outcomes. To better serve residents, our fleet capacity expanded significantly. This year saw the addition of 5 electric pickup trucks, 7 diesel pickups, and 3 utility trucks, enhancing service delivery to our residents. The council also received a second garbage compactor truck, generously donated by the government of Japan, joining the first compactor previously donated. A third compactor was purchased to further strengthen night crew operations and our fight against garbage hotspots. As part of our broader smart city initiatives to improve traffic management and pedestrian safety, new traffic light systems were installed at the intersection of Vernon Street and East Colette Canal and corner King and Regent Streets, bringing the city's total to 9 systems. We continued our city beautification efforts and, in collaboration with the Belize Tourism Board, planted 10 royal palms at Battlefield Park. Our commitment to social infrastructure continues to translate into meaningful community impact. As part of our community wellness efforts, we delivered more free health clinics and health fairs, supported initiatives like the Autism Walk and World AIDS Day, and co-hosted sporting events like the 2025 Belize City Half Marathon and the annual Triathlon. Once again, we proudly hosted the 8th annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony, featuring the Francis Renaud Christmas Concert Series, reaffirming our dedication to tradition, culture, and shared community moments. Local economic activity grew through our downtown super sales, continuation of the Mahogany Street Marketplace initiative, and new community events, creating opportunities for over 120 small businesses and local entrepreneurs. One of those new events is the Midweek Wine Down Series, a fresh way for residents to connect, network, and unwind. Our property tax incentive program offered meaningful financial relief with structured discounts throughout the first quarter and a 35% discount for senior citizens year-round. Youth development continued to expand in both reach and impact. The Mayor for a Day initiative provided mentorship and leadership exposure, while targeted programs such as Mengage, Lead Hership, the Youth Connect Summer Blast, Pee Wee Basketball League, and Math and English summer programs welcomed hundreds of young people. Additionally, our second student hub was launched, marking another milestone and manifesto promise. While the first hub continues to serve students daily, smart city initiatives accelerated throughout the year. We successfully launched e-ridership cards and our e-taxi service with 4 electric vehicles, which have served over 5,000 passengers, and celebrated the first anniversary of the e-bus service, which has served over 250,000 passengers. On the global stage, Belize City was invited to engage with leading urban innovators at the Smart City Summit and Expo in Taiwan, the Smart City Expo World Congress in Spain, and C40 World Mayors Summit in Brazil, where the Council's e-mobility project was named a finalist under the Clean, Reliable Transportation category for the 2025 Local Leaders Awards. At the same time, the Council continued to strengthen local, regional, and international partnerships. Through Mayor Wagner's intervention at the European Parliament in Belgium, Belize City helped reinforce the importance of decentralized cooperation, where cities and national governments work alongside international partners to meet local needs. The impending reconstruction of the Belcan Bridge and the Swing Bridge demonstrates how international partnerships can directly support communities at the local level. Through CIMO, the Council signed on to the UNDRR's Making Cities Resilient 2030 initiative and hosted 2 workshops under the program, strengthening our preparedness and resilience for the future. Progress on the floating boardwalk project continued with feasibility reaffirmed in November, bringing this transformative vision closer to reality. Looking ahead, our focus remains on strategic infrastructure development, expanding digital access and services, advancing the floating boardwalk and Yabra Fish Market revitalization, and continuing to grow our e-bus fleet. On behalf of Mayor Wagner, the City Councilors, and our entire Belize City Council family, we thank you for your trust, your engagement, and your belief in what we can achieve together. Here's to continued progress in 2026. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
As 2025 ended, many Belizeans were left asking questions after the government decided not to renew the contract of former Ombudsman, retired Major Gilbert Suazo. So far, officials have offered no explanation, and their silence has only fueled renewed debate about the importance of the Ombudsman office, a constitutional watchdog meant to protect citizens from maladministration, abuse of power, and violations of the Freedom of Information Act. Established back in 1999, the office has long been a place of last resort for people seeking accountability. Tonight, however, that office is vacant. News 5's Paul Lopez has more.
As 2025 ended, news broke that the government would not renew the contract of Ombudsman retired Major Gilbert Suazo. The decision sparked public debate, especially as officials have yet to explain why. Beyond the silence, however, lies a bigger issue: the future of the Ombudsman's office. Created in 1999, the office serves as a key constitutional watchdog, investigating complaints of abuse of power, poor governance, and violations of the Freedom of Information Act. Here's what the Act says. Any person appointed as Ombudsman shall hold office for a period of 3 years and shall, at the expiration of such period, be eligible for reappointment. The Ombudsman emoluments, that is, not less than the emoluments which may from time to time be payable to a judge of the Supreme Court. At its core, the office of the Ombudsman is meant to be accessible to everyone. Any individual or even a group who believes they've been treated unfairly or abused by any authority can file a complaint. The office also has the power to examine allegations of corruption or other wrongdoing by public officials. Former Ombudsman retired Major Gilbert Suazo summed it up clearly during a 2023 interview with News 5.
We exist for people who suffer injustice, people who are vulnerable, people who essentially are not getting this the service that they believe that they deserve. We in the office need for those members of the general public to come and make the complaint, because it is only through the complaint that we are able to do our job from the office of the Ombudsman. And that is a point that I want to emphasize. No need to suffer in silence.
For decades, everyday Belizeans have turned to the office of the Ombudsman to speak out about injustice and corruption. In recent years, that includes an elderly Belize City woman who reported a wrongful eviction in 2024. An investigation launched into a 2025 prison shooting, and most recently, a request from social activist Jerry Enriquez for a formal review after he was denied access to information on government legal fees.
The Ombudsman's office is there to protect the people of Belize and for the people of Belize to refer to when they experience any abuse by public officers or any injustice. And so he is the go-to person for who we could appeal for justice when we feel like the government or state authorities are abusing their authorities. So that is by virtue of that, then I went to the Ombudsman.
Although some cases have progressed through the Ombudsman's office, others argue their complaints were dismissed or left unresolved, like Belize City resident Monique Tech. In 2024, she raised concerns regarding alleged injustice at the hands of the Belize Police Department.
Several times I go to the Ombudsman, go make report, go make complaint against the department, and I get nothing done. 2 states about, my gentleman. Go make a report, nothing. No Monday they come to my house say they want thief for PI murder. Which PI murder? Who the murder?
While some question the office's independence because of how the Ombudsman is appointed, one thing is undeniable. The role exists to protect everyday citizens from the misuse of government power. Today, that office remains empty. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Social activist Jerry Enriquez says the government's decision not to renew the contract of retired Major Suazo sends the wrong message and weakens the importance of that office. As we've previously reported, Enriquez filed a Freedom of Information request back in August, seeking details on how much the Bersenio administration paid attorneys involved in recent constitutional cases. In October, the Ombudsman ruled in his favor, recommending that the Attorney General's ministry release part of that information. Now speaking with News 5 Today, Enriquez says he believes Suazo is being punished for supporting his fight for transparency.
I think that there's a deliberate act by the government of Belize to undermine anyone who stands for what is right, and when it is uncomfortable and inconvenient for the government of Belize, they are taken out of office. They're undermined, and normally these offices are. It would be interesting to see if it is replaced with a pliable political servant, rather than a person who is committed to the laws of Belize and the Constitution of Belize. The Ombudsman does not serve the cabinet or the government. He is an independent, that's an independent office to serve the people of Belize and to look after justice for the people of Belize.
Do you share the view that his contract was not renewed because of how he elevated the cause that you were fighting?
I definitely share that view. Normally in the past, Park Ombudsman would be in office for renewable terms for at least about 9 years. This one here is a shocker in a sense, and therefore there's a lot of questions to be raised. The government has destroyed the credibility of the office, and we're watching very carefully to see who will replace him and if there is that level of commitment to the Constitution and the laws of Belize.
Students are raising concerns about ongoing challenges transferring credits from Sacred Heart Junior College to the University of Belize, despite a 2023 agreement that many believed would make that transition easier. While UB now offers several bachelor's programs on the SHJC campus in Cayo, some graduates say having their associate level credits recognized hasn't been as straightforward as expected. One of those students is Hazel Tut, a recent SHJC graduate now studying business management at UB. She says the process has come with financial strain and added frustration. We spoke with Tut today about the hurdles she's facing as she works to complete her degree.
I really just wanted to have a smooth sailing, but it just didn't go as I planned. I love UB. It's just, I didn't expect to have to take 10 plus courses. It was just so overwhelming, and it still is at the moment. My frustration is just that UB and Sacred Heart signed an MOU, an agreement that Sacred Heart is offering courses that are now at par with UB. And I'm looking to get my courses from Sacred Heart transferred. And as of now, I still can't get through. Like I said, I love UB, but I just feel as though the process is being made difficult for me as a student. I know my advisor, all the other employees at UB are pushing, even Sacred Heart is pushing to just get through with this, but for some reason it's not happening, and it's keeping me back. Like I said, having to take 10 plus courses. I've already taken courses at Sacred Heart and having to take them again at UB. It's just a waste of time and money. Time is gold, and honestly, I feel like parents send their children to Sacred Heart because transportation is an issue. And again, financial burdens. These parents, some of them don't know what they're signing up for. And honestly, as a voice, I just want to be heard and to be seen as a student because I want to finish, I want to graduate, get a job. And I don't think it's only me. I think it's a lot of people who want to graduate. And I honestly don't want to take about, 5 years to finish.
Questions continue over credit transfers between Sacred Heart Junior College and the University of Belize. Following a 2023 agreement some students believed would simplify the process. University officials now say that agreement was never meant to cover credit transfers, but to allow UB to offer bachelor's programs on the Sacred Heart campus. As a result, SHJC graduates still have their courses assessed individually, with only some credits accepted. Faculty Dean Dr. Bernard Walter says the system helps ensure students are prepared for bachelor-level studies, while a broader transfer framework is still being developed.
What we had signed with Sacred Heart Junior College back in 2023 was a memorandum of agreement whereby the University of Belize would make its program more accessible to students in the West. And as part of that, we would then offer the Bachelor's in Business Administration program on the Sacred Heart campus in collaboration with Sacred Heart Junior College. So that is the agreement that was signed. It didn't have anything to do with transfer of credits. When it comes to students that have completed courses at Sacred Heart Junior College or have completed an associate degree at Sacred Heart Junior College, their credits are evaluated on a course-by-course basis. And that is the framework that we have for the junior colleges. And the courses that are transferable will be transferred for the student, and the ones that are not transferable will not be transferred for the for the student entering into the University of Belize. These evaluation of courses are done by the duly qualified members of the faculty of the university, so that students coming into the University of Belize would have come with the necessary prerequisites to undertake further studies at the bachelor level. And if where we see that they don't have the necessary skill, then we would not accept the credit, and then they would have to do the course at UB so that they can then matriculate into the higher level course.
After the break, Belizeans feel financial squeeze of MAGA season. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong." George Frederick Handel is best known for having written the Messiah that we enjoy especially at Christmas each year. What many do not know is that when he wrote this great composition, that he was in danger of going to debtor's prison. Although the premiere performance of the work in Dublin had won rave reviews, the clergy in London encouraged boycotts of Handel's concerts because they thought it was blasphemous to drag scriptural texts into the theaters. Handel was not the only great composer to face severe opposition or difficulties. By the time Ludwig van Beethoven premiered his magnificent Ninth Symphony, he was entirely deaf. It is most amazing to find that God often uses servants with problems. Moses had a stammering tongue. Simon Peter had a volatile temper. Paul had a thorn in his flesh. David Ring, a gifted evangelist with cerebral palsy, begins his sermons by saying, "My problem is cerebral palsy. Now what is yours? Give your life to Christ, and He will bring strength out of weakness." Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Dr. Bob Roberts and Christian Foundations of Faith.
This year, Belize felt more connected than ever. We stood with the moments that shape us, our culture, our youth, our stories. And we lifted young dreams even higher, powered by advancement and possibility. Everywhere, Belize is growing, and as the nation evolves, so does the way we connect. This year, Belize showed its light, and we were honored to drive innovation across the country. As we look ahead, our promise is simple: to unite communities, nurture dreams, and continue leading Belize's digital transformation. From our Digi family to yours, wishing you a bright and prosperous 2026.
Happy New Year!
sound. Heavy machines shake the ground. Riding Honda, feeling proud. Rev it up and shout aloud. Feel the wind against your skin. Stars so wide, let's begin. At Banquet, where dreams ignite. Gear up, let's take flight. Kohler's power runs our towns. JCB lifts heavy pounds. Find the tools to build your dreams. Banquet's got the best machines. Grip the wheel and never slip. Feel the rush, it's time to trip. Every brand you know and love. Banquet fits you like a glove. Feel the wind against your skin. Stars so wide, let's begin. At Banquet, where dreams ignite. Gear up, let's take flight.
Banquet, equipment, parts, service. We represent quality.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
This Christmas is extra special for us at BB Insurance because it's our first. You welcomed us into your lives and we couldn't be more grateful. Your trust means everything. From all of us at BB Insurance, thank you for being a part of our journey. Here's to many more holidays together. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Just 1 week into the new year, many Belizeans are already tightening their belts as the annual MAGA season sets in. After the holiday spending rush, household budgets are stretched, and that means essential come first while luxuries take a back seat. For produce vendors in Belize City, the shift is being felt at the markets, while slower sales and fewer customers. In tonight's edition of Culture Tuesday, News 5's Brittany Gordon takes to the streets of Belize City to find out how vendors are navigating the financial squeeze and making ends meet during this traditionally lean time.
The Christmas decorations are coming down, but for many Belizeans, the bills are just starting to roll in. With the new year comes new expenses, and after the holiday splurge, MAGA season has officially arrived. It's a familiar time of tightening belts and cutting back, but even so, it often catches some people by surprise. So how should people cope with this time of year? A Belize City fruit vendor, simply known as Gil Harry, says it's about planning ahead of the season.
You don't treat me no way, no, man, because I used to it and I balance up. And where I reserve the quantity, no quality, no quantity. Most buyers and sellers go for where they can make, but I reserve myself to be quality. And all my customers then come back anytime they need me, even who don't need me, will run come back.
Gil Harry has been selling fruits for more than 20 years, and for the past 13 years, he's worked from the very same spot. He says experience has taught him what it takes to support his family. So when MAGA season rolls around, he's prepared and not caught by surprise.
You had told me earlier that MAGA season, that just something will happen, that's something I have to prepare for.
you?
You have already? Well, I know my schedule. I've been here 13 years, so I know my schedule and my customer.
Over at the Pound Yard Market, fruit vendor Nadia Quetzal is also bracing for the dip in sales. She says MAGA season is a yearly challenge for businesses, but navigating Belize's post-COVID economy has made it even tougher.
During Christmas, it was higher than this timing because everybody is, rushing last minute to purchase their stuff. But after Christmas, things decline. So people, I guess, they're recovering from the expenses, and everything is slow right now. That's what my experience that I can share with you. It's slow, very slow.
So do you see this decline every single year?
Well, probably before COVID, it wasn't like that. But after COVID, things for us never came back to be the same. So that's my observation.
Fortunately for Quetzal, a steady stream of customers is enough to sustain her business. Budgeting, however, is key to make it through the lean months.
Basically, we're making enough, to cover the expense, but it's not as before. And yes, we have to work on a budget. So we have to ensure that we don't exceed the expenses and run at a profitable margin. But we're coping.
Belize City resident Alan Francis says MAGA season is really about cutting back on unnecessary spending and slowing things down. But he doesn't believe that means giving up on enjoying life. What do you do every year when it comes to slow season?
Well, I relax like we are doing right now. Yeah.
You relax?
Yeah.
Is there a certain amount of budgeting that you have to do to prepare for it?
Well, definitely.
And what do you recommend to Belizeans to do during this time?
Like the hard time, try something new.
Although finances may be tight, with the right preparations, Belizeans survive the month. As for Gil Harry, he says he does his best and leaves the rest to God. You feel that you fully prepared now since you've done all your budgeting for the rest of January?
Well, so far, thank God, and I depend on God for my blessing.
For Belizeans navigating this annual challenge, setting priorities becomes essential. But for some, it is about finding joy even in hard times. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
What should have been a festive holiday quickly turned into heartbreak for a Belize City man after his home went up in flames. It happened around 9 o'clock Sunday night in Balama Phase 4, when 32-year-old Damian Sanchez was alerted by his neighbors that a fire was tearing through his house. With the smoke still settling, Sanchez now finds himself starting the new year facing the daunting task of replacing his belongings and repairing his home so it's once again livable. We spoke with him earlier today as he reflected on what may have caused the fire.
I was with my mom's house, and someone came to the house and informed me that there was smoke coming through the window. So we rushed to the scene, and we saw all neighbors on the side of the road, and they fortunately called the fire department. They came and they did what they could. Most of the things inside the house is torch. It's not pretty good scene there. But thankfully everything outside of it it's good. But everything inside is everything's dark in there. But fortunately, thanks to God, everything's you could just rebuild, and by the time you could we could at one certain point could look better than it used to be.
What is the possible reason for this fire?
That's a good question, because there's no live wire in the house. So it could. A lot of my neighbors told me during the time that there was a guy in a white pickup truck, looking around, going on the steps, and when he noticed that they were watching, he just left. And it comes with that same time and date reference. They later saw smoke. So coincidence? Maybe he's the guy who did it. But and we also, when everything was done with the fire department, I noticed there was a slight crack on the the window shutters, so possibly that's how he did it.
Sanchez says while the damage inside his home is extensive, he's thankful no one was hurt. As investigators work to determine what sparked the fire, he's now focused on rebuilding, hoping this difficult start to the new year will eventually lead to a fresh beginning. Belize Electricity Limited is once again lending support beyond our borders, deploying a second team of power line technicians to Jamaica to assist, that is, with electricity restoration following Hurricane Melissa. The team departed Belize on Sunday, January 4th, to support the Jamaica Public Service Company Limited, the island's sole electricity provider. Led by technical supervisor Jeremy Jacks, the team includes 6 BEL employees. They are working alongside regional crews coordinated through the Caribbean Electric Utility Services Corporation, or CARELEC. This deployment builds on the efforts of BEL's first team, which was sent to Jamaica in November and has since returned home after helping restore up to 84% of power in storm-affected communities. BEL's manager of distribution operations, Ashton Webster, says his team is highly trained and prepared for such missions that underscores Belize's commitment to regional solidarity and cooperation.
What training prepared them to take on something like this?
So we have an in-house apprenticeship program that we do. It's balanced with theoretical knowledge. So we teach them classroom session, and also we provide them with the know-how, knowledge, experience for climbing, for changing of structures. All of that we do here. So throughout the years, they're able to safely complete any type of restoration work. It's years of experience, years of investment, and we are one of the, I would say, one of the highest. We have one of the highest standard in terms of our apprenticeship program in the world, actually.
BEL teams are once again answering the call, helping restore power in Jamaica, and reminding us that when disaster strikes in the region, Belize is ready to lend a hand. When we return, DJ Chris back in court in deadly crash that killed police officer.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
reminded us that our work is so much more than communication. It's connection. Every time we supported a school, a youth program, or a community event, we felt the heartbeat of Belize. We met students who just needed someone to believe in them, and families grateful for a supportive hand. We saw communities welcome SMART not just as a brand, but a trusted friend. For us, impact is created through service, presence, and purpose. As we move into a new year, we remain committed to empowering our communities and sharing stories that reflect how SMART strengthens the connections that matter most.
That commitment to people drives how we build our products. We focus on delivering real value and flexibility. We upgraded our postpaid plans to include social media data, keeping you connected to your favorite platforms without the extra cost. For the prepay family, we enhanced prepaid plans to ensure you get more data and benefits from every single recharge. Flex bundles now better match real-time budgets, improving affordability. We introduced affordable Mexico data bundles to keep you connected while traveling. We are listening, adapting, and ensuring you get high-value connectivity you deserve.
Great plans need a great network. SMART strengthened its promise of bringing people together by investing heavily in expansion. We added new towers in key areas, bringing a stronger signal and improved service to more communities. Customers along the coastal road in Blancano, Mountain Pine Ridge, and Cristo Rey now enjoy more consistent coverage, making SMART a reliable companion for every journey. SMART launched its fiber network in Sartineja, bringing reliable high-speed connectivity for today's digital needs.
At SMART, we strive to reflect the energy of Belize in everything we do. From celebrating 20 years of excellent service to exciting collaborations, we've shared unforgettable times. We've delighted you with our biggest giveaways and deals ever, ads you could laugh and connect to, and launched a revamped website to make your digital experience faster and more engaging.
As we look forward to the new year, we remain committed to what matters to you most. The communities we serve, the connections we build, and the precious moments we all share. All these remind us of our true identity and steadfast purpose, bringing people together.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. Belize Electricity Limited. We continue to serve you.
Businessman Chris Rosado returned to the Belize City Magistrates Court today in connection with a fatal traffic accident that claimed the life of police officer Arsenio Cus. Rosado's appearance comes 7 weeks after his arraignment for the July 28, 2025 crash on the Philip Gosen Highway. This morning he appeared before the chief magistrate, where prosecutors disclosed statements, photographs and DVDs. The matter is now set for a preliminary inquiry on January 27th. Rosado was first arraigned on November 12, 2025 and faces multiple charges, including manslaughter by negligence, causing death by careless conduct, driving without due care and attention, failing to stop and render aid, and failing to report an accident. He remains free on bail with 2 sureties. Police allege that on July 28, 2025, between miles 5 and 6 on the Philip Gosen Highway, Rosado negligently drove a Honda Ridgeline pickup while it entered the lane of Officer Kus, who was riding a motorcycle, and struck him. Investigators further allege Rosado failed to stop, render assistance, or promptly report the accident. Police say Arsenio Kus was thrown from his motorcycle during the crash, suffering severe head and abdominal injuries. He was rushed to the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. A post-mortem later confirmed he died from multiple blunt force injuries caused by the accident. Investigators later detained Chris Rosado at his Ladyville home, where they found the damaged pickup truck believed to be involved. Police say Rosado declined to answer questions after seeking legal advice from his attorney. Tensions are still running high in Bella Vista and Independence, with suspects in the New Year's Eve mass shooting yet to be caught and be intended target surviving the attack. Police are intensifying their manhunt, issuing a wanted bulletin for two 22-year-old men in connection with the shooting, which left Keith Neal dead and injured 6 others. Authorities are actively searching for Dixon Caceres and Santos Chirinos, both residents of Bella Vista Village, as investigators work to piece together what led to the deadly violence. Keith Neal's sister, Shanann Neal, says everyone knows who did the shooting, and residents of Independence Village claim gunmen were circling the area even a day after the shooting.
Like you said, we just want justice because they know who did it. You know, we know who did it because when he was on the ground there, he told my little brother who did it because he saw the person. All we want is justice, and I hope we can get it.
And is the person known in this community?
Yeah, very well known.
Here an update on the Independence shooting. Any suspect, any person detained?
As it relates to that incident, there was a suspect that has been identified and he is being sought by the police.
There's no request for public assistance in identifying him?
A wanted person poster was placed out for 2 individuals from last week.
That's in relation to the Independence shooting?
Yes, please. But it's just suspect, so we didn't tie into the specific incident, but it just said, you know, police wanted person.
Police are once again urging members of the public to come forward with any information that could help break this case. A team from the Leadership Intervention Unit has been deployed to ease tension in the Caesar Ridge and Crawl Road area after the New Year's Eve shooting death of Ian Arthurs. Police remain on high alert, stepping up patrols as they work to prevent any retaliatory violence. Specialized units have also been deployed, all with one goal: making sure tensions don't escalate further. One of those teams is the Leadership Intervention Unit. Instead of making arrests, the unit focuses on mediation and conflict resolution, stepping in early to calm situations before they turn violent. Acting Director Andrew Dawson says his team is already out in communities where emotions are running high, meeting with residents and key influencers, using dialogue and early action to help keep the peace.
We try to put our mediation tactics to play, and we try to support the police as they do their suppression tactics. We interview the respective person within these communities and see how we can create some type of conversation where we can de-escalate the situation as they arise.
What all does it entail?
Essentially, it entails what we call conflict tracing. We have received information that there is a high tension within the area. We would visit the different persons within the community, see whatever information we can collect, and see how we can have some type of dialogue or engage in some type of dialogue to de-escalate, as I said, the flare-up in violence within the community.
How difficult is this, knowing that at any given time there could be a flare-up in any community?
It's very challenging. It's very difficult because what we do isn't something that is very popular. It's always said that, you know, we want to negotiate with the criminal, with the gangsters, but at the end of the day we have to understand that these persons are faced with various social issues, and we see how we can bridge the gap with some of these issues that are long-term issues that basically we see the product of these issues within these communities when these violent incidents occur. So we try our best to work with not only the community members, with other partners and so forth, to see how we can bring a calm to the streets and to these various communities.
Up next, NTUCB Youth Vanguard eyes unionization of BPO sector.
At RF&G Insurance, we're committed to safeguarding what matters most to you. Offering coverage mile after mile, our offices and agents located across Belize ensure that you are protected. Secure your property with RF&G Householders' comprehensive policy. From your home to your belongings, we offer protection so you can enjoy life to the fullest. For more information on your coverage options, contact our team of experts today or visit your local agents. We'll be ready to assist. Don't forget, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Rowe Group company.
In the heart of the Cayo district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easier for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
This year reminded us that our work is so much more than communication. It's connection. Every time we supported a school, a youth program, or a community event, we felt the heartbeat of Belize. We met students who just needed someone to believe in them, and families grateful for a supportive hand. We saw communities welcome SMART not just as a brand, but a trusted friend. For us, impact is created through service, presence, and purpose. As we move into a new year, we remain committed to empowering our communities and sharing stories that reflect how SMART strengthens the connections that matter most.
That commitment to people drives how we build our products. We focused on delivering real value and flexibility. We upgraded our postpaid plans to include social media data, keeping you connected to your favorite platforms without the extra cost. For the prepay family, we enhanced prepay plans to ensure you get more data and benefits from every single recharge. Flex bundles now better match real-time budgets, improving affordability. We introduced affordable Mexico data bundles to keep you connected while traveling. We are listening, adapting, and ensuring you get high-value connectivity you deserve.
Great plans need a great network. SMART strengthened its promise of bringing people together by investing heavily in expansion. We added new towers in key areas, bringing a stronger signal and improved service to more communities. Customers along the coastal road in Blancano, Mountain Pine Ridge, and Cristo Rey now enjoy more consistent coverage, making SMART a reliable companion for every journey. SMART launched its fiber network in Sartineja, bringing reliable high-speed connectivity for today's digital needs.
At SMART, we strive to reflect the energy of Belize in everything we do. From celebrating 20 years of excellent service to exciting collaborations, we've shared unforgettable times. we've delighted you with our biggest giveaways and deals ever. Ads you could laugh and connect to, and launched a revamped website to make your digital experience faster and more engaging.
As we look forward to the new year, we remain committed to what matters to you most. The communities we serve, the connections we build, and the precious moments we all share. All these remind us of our true identity and steadfast purpose, bringing people together.
Start your day the right way with your morning boost. Get moving with energizing workouts, refreshing yoga sessions, and easy tips to keep your mind and body in balance. From fitness to personal growth and positivity, we're here to kickstart your mornings with motivation that lasts all day. Wake up to wellness. Your morning boost every weekday at 6 a.m. only on Greater Belize Media. Young Belizeans make up the backbone of the country's growing business process outsourcing or BPO sector. Answering phones, managing data, and keeping global companies running around the clock. But behind the steady paychecks and air-conditioned offices, some workers say they feel disconnected, unheard, and unprotected. Now, the National Trade Union Congress of Belize is stepping into that conversation. Its newly formed youth arm, the Youth Vanguard, is pushing for the unionization of the BPO sector, arguing that young employees, many fresh out of high school, often lack a collective voice to defend their rights. Supporters say unionization could bring accountability and protection. Critics question what it might mean for investment in job growth in a highly competitive industry. At the center of the proposal is Youth Vanguard Director Ashley Longford, who says the initiative is about education, empowerment, and ensuring that modern workplaces do not exploit a vulnerable workforce.
In one of my action goals and one of the goals for the National Trade Union Congress of Belize is to unionize the BPO sector. We have seen on the news and we have seen time after time that, the persons, the employees working at the BPO sector are going through dysfunctionment. They're disconnected from the normal, from the spaces here, and they feel that the BPO sector is some sort of like a modern day slavery, that there's no unionizer, that there's nobody to fight for them. And that's one of the goals, is that to have the BPO sector be unionized, because if you notice in the BPO sector, it's a lot of young people. Young people work at those BPO sectors. Honestly, it's mostly from the ages of 18 to 30, even when they just finish high school or finish out sixth form, most of them go to BPO sector. But the thing is that we don't want that the BPO sector is taking advantage of them. So in having the Young Vanguard there, that helps them, and to help them with in getting the knowledge of what labor rights is and what their laws is a win-win. It's a win-win to the employer, and it's a win-win to them, most importantly as well. So I think the benefits for the employees is that, one, that they have a collective voice. I think that's number one, is that as a union, we could collectively bargainize for them as well, and that now we could be more to say that this is wrong, and accountability truly matters to the employer.
While discussions with industry stakeholders have yet to begin, the call has already ignited a wider debate. Should Belize's fastest growing job sector be unionized, and who truly benefits if it is? In December, the National Trade Union Congress of Belize made a move aimed at bringing more young voices into the national conversation. During its annual general meeting, the NTUCB amended its constitution to create a brand new position, Director of Youth Vanguard. Shortly after, Ashley Longford of the Christian Workers Union was elected as the first person to take on that role. The position is designed to strengthen youth involvement within the trade union movement and help shape future leadership. Today, we spoke with Longford about her vision for the role and what she hopes to accomplish moving forward.
It's such an honor to take up such a historic role. This is something this is something new to the NTUCB to have an amended rule, a first amended rule in the Constitution. But last month, December, they had an amendment to have a director of Young Vanguard, a youth arm that to direct young people into unionism, to be involved in unionism. So for me, I think this is a phenomenal time for labor movement and also youth leadership and youth involvement. I think this is something historic for us, that as young people of the ages of 18 to 35, you have the NTUCB has a youth arm, a youth group that young people could go to share their voices collectively and to bring out actions that they need and things that they need to resolve around labor rights, and not only labor rights, but situations that are happening in the economy, situations that are happening in the society, that there is a youth group that they could be collectively and willingly be able to be heard as well, and listen, that we listen to them.
Residents of Pachacan Village are on edge following a string of attacks on livestock and pets, believed to be the work of a large wild cat. Families report losing livestock, with some carcasses left stripped to the bone, and now fear for the safety of their homes as the animal has ventured into village limits. Chairman Wilfredo Medina says forest rangers from Sartaneja and the Forest Department were in the village today, going door to door and gathering reports from residents. But while those assessments are underway, the wild animal is still on the loose and continues to pose a danger.
When I was first called, we come out, but we have not identified or we have not seen exactly what type of wild animal it is. But sources, some residents have seen a bit, and they said it's a big cat, black color, big cat. That is what they have seen, and that is what they have told me, no? But yeah, they had at least 4 to 5 families have been, their animals have been killed, and in some instances, only the backbone has been left of the sheep, no? So that is what the information that we have right now. Also, speaking with you right now, the rangers from the Forestry Department has called me. They're heading to our village as we speak. So in about 45 minutes, they should be here. That's what they told me. And then I think they will be putting hidden cameras on the area so that they could be able to spot what exactly type of animal, so that they could deal with that specific wild animal. We had a good while from what I could recall. We didn't have those type of problems within the village. You understand? We could go to the forest, go around, but not within the village. They have come into the village limits already. Within the village, the main highway. Like how I said, the wild animal has already reached into the village. I'm taking the cats, the dogs from the homeowners. So that is their concern, because the animal is already on their door. Yeah, so that is their big concern.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.